Hey everybody, it's Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield here from Transport Evolved. Happy Monday! I hope you had a great weekend and I hope you're not too cold wherever you are in the world. We actually had snow here in Portland, Oregon today, and I went to the local coffee shop to sit and do some work because it's cheaper than trying to heat this house because this is all one room. And it was even cold there, which is saying something. So we've got some snow. I had some fun driving in the snow. Hopefully we're going to get some more later on in the week. But what do I want to talk to you about today? I want to talk to you about plug-in hybrids and their acceptance into the electric vehicle world. You see, I think we've got a bit of a problem as a community when it comes to plug-in hybrids. We're a little snobbish, standoffish, if you like, towards anyone who buys a plug-in hybrid rather than a purely electric vehicle. The same could be said in some cases of electric vehicle owners who treat those with range-extended electric vehicles very much the same way. And I'll admit, there have been times in the past when I've bemoaned plug-in hybrids like the first generation Toyota Prius, which, let's face it, had an all-electric range of about 6 miles and an extended electric range with a little bit of gasoline engine help of about 13 miles. And yes, I'll admit that's not very far at all. And yes, we should give criticism where criticism is due. But what about these new range of plug-in hybrids? There are a lot of plug-in hybrids now coming to market with ranges of between 30 and 40 miles per charge in electric mode, which then use their gasoline engine for longer distance trips. Should we be nice to owners of those vehicles? I move that we should be, because frankly, some of the people who are buying those cars, that's their best choice. Take the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, for example. It's just come to market and it has an all-electric range of about 30 miles per charge on the EPA test cycle, 33 miles to be exact. And it has a combined EPA fuel economy when in electric mode of about 84 mpge. That's not great. And when the car is being driven as a hybrid and the electric battery pack has been depleted, the fuel economy is not great. I'll be honest. It's just a V6 with an Atkinson engine cycle, so it's slightly more efficient than the brick that is the regular Chrysler Pacifica. But let's not forget that people who are buying that car might be buying that car because it's their only choice. In the case of the Pacifica Hybrid, it is the only plug-in minivan that you can buy today. There's no plug-in electric minivans. There's only a plug-in hybrid minivan, and that's the Chrysler Pacifica. Sure, there are some SUV alternatives, like the Volvo XC90 T8, like the BMW X5, X-Drive 40e. I can't remember the model number of that one. And if you're in Europe, the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. But really, if you want the functionality of a people carrier or a minivan and you want to be able to carry large amounts of things and people, the next choice for you, logically, is a Tesla Model S or a Tesla Model X. And that's out of the price range of a lot of people. And the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid plug-in hybrid minivan is a lot cheaper than a Model S or a Model X. So shouldn't we be nice to those as well? Now, when I'm talking about being mean, I'm talking about people saying negative things, derogatory things about people who buy a plug-in hybrid rather than a purely electric vehicle. I'm talking about people who moan about plug-in hybrids using charging stations when, electric vehicle owners are waiting. I'm talking about people who say, well, that's not a real electric vehicle. They're just playing at it, or they're just doing it for the green street cred. And I've heard all of those comments from people in the last 6 months or so. I want to know why people say that, because I would really like to understand that mindset and maybe try and challenge it a bit, because at the end of the day, I would much rather somebody buys a plug-in hybrid that does 30 miles per charge and occasionally needs to use its gasoline engine for a longer distance trip than I would them not have a plug-in vehicle at all. The gold standard is always going to be a fully electric vehicle. I'd rather they had a plug-in hybrid on their way too, rather than stick with a purely gasoline or diesel vehicle for a little bit longer. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, as well as giving me a thumbs up and a share if you liked it. And if you didn't, and I am serious about this, give me a thumbs down and tell me why, again, in the comments below, because if you give me a thumb down, then it tells me that we're doing something wrong and we need to change it. If you don't tell me that, then I assume that everything's all hunky-dory and I'll carry on doing what I'm doing and I won't be able to improve. Somebody said last week, people don't normally ask for negative comments. I do. And a lot of other YouTubers my generation do, because we want to improve what we're doing. We want to make our shows as appealing as possible and as tangible as possible. I also want to give a shout out to the person who told me that I didn't need to wear makeup for 10. Yes, I do wear makeup when I do the TEN shows on a Friday, but that's just because it's a studio show and that's the way it's been done. I don't wear makeup when I'm doing these. So there you go. I will be back tomorrow, weather willing. We've got some more snow on the way. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And as always, keep evolving.